Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you in advance for stopping by and hanging out with me for an hour or so until we get more company. I want to thank the folks at Beatrice Bakery. If you haven't gotten the message, go to their website, beatricebakery.com. It's not just grandma's fruitcake, because if it's just grandma's fruitcake, that's enough. That's enough. But they have more. And if you do so today, if you go to the website, it's 10% off your first order. How's that for a ball on move? 10% off your first order. Just drop your email in there, and they'll give you they'll send you the 10% off discount. They'll give you a code, and you're all set and you're all covered. And there are all sorts of goodies. I'm just telling you, all sorts of goodies: breakfast breads, fruit cakes, chocolate cakes, liqueur cakes. They've got bundles, so if you want to have a party, right? There's a reason to really celebrate, right? They can mix and match for you. Yeah, they'll hook you up. And the chocolate covered fruitcake, nice. Yeah, BeatriceBakery.com. Go ahead and jump over there. You guys know the routine. 402-464-5685. A Honda Lincoln hotline, Sartor Heyman text line. You have permission to reach out. I will give you a code for today because that's what I'm going to respond to. And then you guys can follow on the Sartor Heyman text line. Sartor Heyman video stream. Jump on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. All good. I want to open this one up today with your questions. And you can ask me a question, but the only thing on the text line is you have to say, "What's up, DP?" That's all I want. "What's up, DP?" And then your question. Yeah, pretty simple. I spent a lot of time today bouncing around different sports stories, and I was pretty fascinated by some of the things that were going on. But here's what we found out. If you go back and look at the last two Husker Boilermaker football games, that the tendencies are live. They're loud, and they're very specific to what each team attempts to do and thinks that they do well. Right? Pretty simple. And if you listen to Jeff Brom earlier in the week, he was very specific in his concerns that they wouldn't be able to contain Adrian Martinez. What's up, man, Dan? Appreciate you. This was what popped out, which means that, and sometimes these coaching pressers can be decoys, and sometimes they're confessionals. And then you have to play the game of, is he loading us up, or is he simply saying this is who they are and this is how they're going to go about it, which tells you what they plan on doing Saturday defensively, right? That the fear is that it will be a repeat of the last two efforts. Last year, 3 touchdowns from Adrian Martinez. 2 of them, one specific that kind of put a nail in the coffin was within the red zone. Pretty simple set out of the shotgun. Adrian had some routes to throw, but the pocket kind of got wonky, and he decided to put on his Superman cape and go make a play. Now, I'm not sure he was sure that he would be able to make the play, but he did. It was superhuman effort, breaking tackles and diving, lunging, fully extending the ball across the goal line. I go to that play because that's been the prototype. Like, we've talked about what we think Nebraska's best play is. Well, its best big play offense is Adrian dropping back, running receivers on a fade, on a post, a seam, or corner. Why? Because in those routes, you're holding safeties at depth right? Because the safeties have to be deeper than the deepest Husker player. And then they have to defend that. But also what happens when you go to the corners and the seam, those safeties then have to make a decision. And they can no longer stay flat. And flat would be, as Adrian looks at them, he sees clearly the front of their jersey. If they're not flat and they turn because they think one of these receivers has them under duress, then they have to turn and show Adrian the back of their jersey. And that's when Adrian becomes Superman. That's what he's looking for. Now, that's not how you want to pay your rent. It's a nice side hustle. But you got to have something that's meat and potatoes that gets you to that place where you get to have desserts and fun, but that's not the main entree. It can't be. Well, at least it shouldn't be. But in those cases, Nebraska's play callers have figured out how to maneuver Purdue's defense, especially in the secondary, to where they have to make a decision on, are they going to run with receivers, or are they going to sit, stand, and eyeball, scout, mirror Adrian Martinez? That's a dilemma. That's a huge dilemma. But that tells me that you have something, and Purdue doesn't like it when you do that to them. Why? Because they like to have their safeties in run support. They want them in run support, but do they need safeties in run support against Nebraska? It's a chess match. I see your run support, and I will extend your defense. Well, if you're going to extend my defense, I will concede run support and shut down the deep ball. But then I'm going to boundary you. Oh, you're going to boundary me, then I'm going to go to the outer thirds. Well, I'm going to defend the outer thirds. Well, now I'm going to run crossers, so your cornerbacks are sitting on islands that are unattended and unnecessary. Well, I'm just going to run zone. Well, then we're just going to sit down in open space and take what you give us. Well, then I'll scramble and go to man and make you have to make decisions. Well, if you're going to go to man, then I'm going to run your defensive backs away from Adrian Martinez in the run game, and you will be under duress. That's the chess match. That's the move. That's the move, right? Continually through this thing. On the other side of the ball, Purdue, look, this is a screen team. This is a screen team. Like, they like to throw. Like, look, man, Nebraska got pressure. It was one of the few games last year where they got independent pressure just from the bigs up front. That there were wins. Well, why? Why was that? Well, because Purdue made a choice that if Nebraska's bigs up front got upfield towards the quarterback, they would throw behind them. And then it's, three linemen to two linebackers, or two linebackers and a safety. Now, fortunately for Nebraska last year, when that happened, they made tackles on the majority of the plays. But if you think of the three big plays that Purdue had last year, one was a post route that was well defended by Cam Taylor-Britt, but he and somebody else went up and bumped into each other. He caught it and walked into the end zone. Another one, screen pass right down the middle, gut punch, right? Pressure upfield. Stille and company got upfield in the pocket. Pocket started to close, but he dumped right behind it. Put those 230-pound linebackers in the way of 300-pound offensive linemen. But they still managed to hold that to a sequence of maybe 4 plays. That chess match works too. Like, Nebraska can get home with their bigs, but if they do, Purdue wants to attack where the bigs were, in that space. All right? In that space. What's up, Ray? Appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging up. What's up, Jeff? Jeff, I'll get to the basketball. I promise. I promise. Again, for those who missed it, I will acknowledge this segment officially on Thursdays will become What's Up DP, and you can ask questions, and I promise to respond. Appreciate it. What's up, Chris? Random question. As you know, the mental side of sports is huge. My daughter plays softball and seems that the mental side is holding her back. Do you have any tips for mental strength? Yes. Yes, I do. Reset. Reset. If the mental side of it that's bothering her is, am I good enough? Well, we can work on that. If the mental side of it is, I'm not sure what to do, we can work on that. If the mental side of it is pressure to execute, we can work on that. Is it being doubtful? We can work on that. If the stress is, if the mental fatigue is just the continual bombarding of details and information, well, we can slow those things down. It's one of my favorite phrases that in coaching. Stress is chaos. Stress is chaos, and when you're sure what to do, there is no stress. So, if chaos shows up in your thoughts, right? There's too much going on. I need to slow things down. Do that. Slow things down. When chaos happens, slow down, and chaos ceases to exist. That's an athletic truth. That's a personal truth. That's a life truth. Slow down, because there's an answer in it. And most things that you fear don't happen and don't really exist. So then it's just a matter of recognizing that. Got a texter. Eric says, what's up, DP? What's your go-to for chicken wings? Traditional or boneless? It's not a chicken wing if it doesn't have bones. Sorry. Something else. It's something else. Chicken wings require bones. Just call it boneless chicken. I'm okay with like calling it that, but stop calling it wings. It's not wings. It's not wings. Sauce flavor. Here's what happens. I have become the guy who likes, so whatever way a restaurant prepares its wings, that's how I want it brought to me. And then I'll take my sauce on the side. I'm I'm a mango barbecue kind of dude, but I'm not really. But then, of course, I had 2 months or so where I stood fully focused on as hot as possible. As hot as possible. And Nick cringes at the thought of me saying that because he knows that's what's happening. Simple. Celery is the jam. Carrots. Why would you put carrots with chicken wings? I don't know. I never understood that, but I get it. And on game day, closest, best, fastest. That's what I want to do. That's what we do. Jeff, I'll get back to the basketball thing. First impressions of the basketball team. Better. More talented, better. What's up, Ray? Appreciate you saying what you just said. That's pretty amazing. Thank you. And we're trying to get, we want a lineup that you guys are happy with, so you guys can just hang out with us all day. And no matter what your jam is, that there's something in this lineup for you. If not everything, but something. Right? Chris, and feel free to reach out on a one-to-one. And if there's anything I can do, I most certainly will. What's up, DP? Is Purdue Pete the creepiest mascot in college football? If not, who is? I'm fully into Purdue Pete being just weird. Like, it's just weird. Like, they didn't even try. Like, I go, give me a head. Cool. Now let's put a heart out on it. Okay, cool. Mascot. Bam. Done. Like, they didn't even work at it. Come on, Purdue. Do better. Do better. Mascots shouldn't be that kind of weird and creepy. Kurt says, what's up, DP? Congrats on the station. Loved in the lineup. Man, appreciate you. Thank you so much. And again, spread the word. Tell your friends. Hey, listen, If you like sports, if you like being entertained, come hang out with us. And no matter what time of day, we got something for you. Boneless wings are fancy chicken nuggets. They're just yeah. I mean, it's just another excuse for calling it what it's not. It's simple. It's simple. Tater says, "Bring on the bomb." Yeah, I got caught up in that, Tater. I got caught up in it, man. We'll revisit One Chip and wings. We'll call Brett Baker and get him back. Claytona John, thank you, DP. Amen. Boneless wings, just flavored chicken nuggets. Yep. Husker 52 says, "What's up, DP? My son has severe confidence issue with the game. Suggestions?" What I would say is have him call me. Confidence is just not being sure about either what to do or how to do it. What to do and how to do it. Like once you decide that you want to do a thing, then it's confidence is simply, man, do I know what to do in this situation? Because the overwhelming thought wave when you're not sure, it'll take you over. It'll take you over. So knowing what to do and then being sure that you can do it, then there's the mechanics of, okay, do I, no matter what the sport is, do I get my hands in the right place? Are my feet working in the same place as my head? Are my eye? Do I have good eyes? Do I know what I'm looking at? Pretty simple, right? But it becomes complicated in a place where people just don't talk about those two things. Do I know what to do and do I know how to do it? Like what's coming? Just think of Adrian Martinez under center, behind center, and he's looking at a defense and they're showing him what could be a combination of three things. Then he identifies it and then they flip to something else. Well, stress and confidence match up when Adrian knows what he sees and knows what he should do. And then the question becomes, does Adrian have a history of knowing that he can actually perform said thing? That falls, the same thing falls in line with Cam Jurgens, whether he sees somebody on his nose, somebody off in a gap, maybe he's in B gap, maybe the linebacker's walking up, all those things are in place. Confidence becomes a force once there's knowledge. And I, as a coach, break down knowledge as knowing what to do and knowing that I can do it. That's confidence. Seriously, you have permission. Reach out. Ben says, as long as we have Little Red, we have no stones to throw in this glass house. Little Red is not for everybody. Isn't that a Nebraska statement? Well, it's not for everybody. Well, Little Red's not for everybody. But he's not the go-to. He's not Herbie. Little Red he's added entertainment. He's just there to provide something that Herbie cannot and will not. Right? Although Herbie's a better dancer lately than he has been. So, that means a lot to have Herbie dance. But yeah, that's what that is. Cleet, are you familiar with Unified Sports here in Lincoln? No. And again, you guys, here's the beauty of the engagement now. Like, just reach out on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Just shoot me a message. It's my name. Just put in Derek Pearson. It's my name. I'm easy to find, and I generally respond unless you say something just crazy, and then I'm just like, okay, nah, bro, I can't do it. Eric in Lincoln says, my confidence issues with Husker football usually involve a margarita or a high volume IPA. There is confidence in that. If you know what you're getting, man, again, knowing what happens in the situation or not. Confidence is knowing that no matter what happens in the course of this thing, I have an answer for it. I know what my rules of engagement are, and that's kind of what we should be working from. Dirk says, blue cheese or ranch? Don't let me down. Okay, so I have had my own battles with this. And I've become this person. I've become the person that takes his wings, again, right as they deliver them. So if they fry them or bake them or grill them or whatever they do, and then taking sauce on the side, and then, you ready for this? And it may be a really unpopular take. But while I'm good with ranch or blue cheese, I've settled firmly at the age of 59 on neither with my wings. If the wings stand alone, they are my best friend. Ranch is often, or blue cheese is just, it's lipstick on a pig sometimes. And people who are proud of their wings should almost be offended that you need blue cheese or ranch with their wings. Like, I think of my auntie. If she makes her wings and puts them on the table in front of me, and I ask for blue cheese or ranch, she's gonna take the plate away. Boy, get out of my dining room. I made this with love. From Eric, what's up, DP? What's up, man? Thanks for your segments highlighting student athletes in some of the smaller sports like gymnastics, bowling, although they are not as popular as, say, football, volleyball, etc. Those sports mean the world to the folks involved. Well, I mean, this was a conversation. Oddly enough, this was a conversation that was had yesterday. And I said, as simply as I could say it to those coaches and those student athletes, that I will have those. I want to be the place where they come to have those conversations. I'm more than open with, look, man, I come from a track family, so I have mad respect for it. Cross-country runners are probably the most underserved of all, right? Golfers, we've made points to reach out to. And here's the thing. As much access as I'm given to these athletes and coaches, I will use them. There have been some barriers with, who we're given access to. So I've kind of learned to outwork the system. Once you tell me the rules, then I will outwork the rules and get the stuff done that we need to get done, which, quite frankly, totally honestly, makes some folks uncomfortable. But there are also people in the athletic department who have fully embraced the exposure and the access and the positive influence of having those people have voice and be able to be open to you guys. So expect that going forward, more of it, that more coaches, more student athletes, more former Huskers, and in a very interesting forum that's coming. We need to get sponsors for it. But what I would love to do is to have a sponsored hour where it's the listeners in studio, but that requires that we get some sponsors to take care of things before that. So the rule of thumb is, when we come up with these great ideas, we have to get sponsors for them first. And I would love to have an open, like a fan forum, where fans, it could be Saturday morning, it could be, when there's no games, or Friday night or Thursday night or whatever, where you listeners get to come in and have voice. I'd love to do that. I would love to do that. But if you have access to any of these, air quote, lesser sports, smaller sports, smaller revenue sports, whatever you want to call them, get those contacts to me and I will give them access. That's really what I'd love for this to be. Let's start the break. So we're about 5 minutes behind in text, but I will catch up. Again, the deal is this. Hit me on the text line with "What's up, DP?" and we'll have the conversation. More one-on-one when we come back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is the equal opportunity employer.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Cloudy skies with a few sprinkles this morning. Some sunshine by later this afternoon, but a wind advisory will be in effect as north-northwest winds could gust over 45 miles per hour this afternoon and only a high of around 55. Mainly clear and chilly tonight with a low down to 37. Sunny with a high of 56 tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Southeast Community College, we know that winter isn't even here yet, but spring is already on our minds. Registration for the spring 2022 semester is open now. Whether you want to get a head start on a 4-year degree, learn a new trade with a certificate program, or add to your job skills, SCC has a class for you. Spring semester starts January 10th. Learn more about our more than 60 programs of study online at southeast.edu. SCC, your path to possible.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Have you been to Barn Wood and Leather, that new furniture store in Lincoln? It's a whole new look. If you like country, you'll love Barn Wood and Leather. It's country with a kick. Rustic, yet contemporary. Handcrafted in America from historic reclaimed barnwood and the finest leather. Create your own one-of-a-kind look for a room or your whole home. Come see for yourself at Barn Wood and Leather, South 14th and Dahlberg. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
They really appreciate what she's done as a sister as well as a soldier and, supporting their country.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Family members that are soldiers in the Army National Guard inspire and influence, setting a path for others.
It's validating knowing that, I kind of did my part to make sure this is what they actually wanted and that they feel the same way I do. I'm really proud that we get to help shape the future, and I know that my sisters are going to be amazing soldiers.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share in.
A lot of pride, and they're just out there doing something every day and then serving their country as well.
I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
Why pay for average lawn care when you can get better elsewhere? Blades Lawn Care is the place to go for excellent service for homeowners associations and commercial or residential lawn work. As we enter the fall with aerating and lawn care ahead of winter, also prepare for 2022 maintenance for your lawn. Call Rich today at 402-730-6320 to learn more or to schedule services for the fall or to look ahead to 2022. Blades Lawn Care, trusted service for over 10 years.
Tailgating wasn't just meant for weekends. Join 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday at Chick-fil-A for Tailgate Tuesdays. Scan your app with any purchase on Tuesdays and you'll be entered to win a tailgate meal for 15 people. That's chicken nuggets, fresh fruit, and iced tea or lemonade. Winners will be contacted each Wednesday, and you can come see Tom and Bach from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the 48th and O location or at South Point each week. It's Tailgate Tuesdays all season long at Chick-fil-A in Lincoln. You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The time is now. Welcome back, One-on-One. What's up, DP? That's what we're doing on this Thursday. So hit the text line. What's up with the What's Up, DP? And your question, your comment, I will answer. Ben asked the question, are club sports ruining opportunities for disadvantaged kids to have access to quality coaching? Money is probably a more finite way of describing that, because people who are paying for access, and again, no finger pointing at folks with money, but there's some sports that are club sports friendlier than others. And that sort of access. I think there are good coaches who want to help everybody. But then there are coaches who are there to make their money. They're there to make your money. That's It's all good. Do your thing. But I've stayed away from coaching club sports like AAU type travel ball, those situations. I've stayed away from those because I want everybody to have access to it. I didn't have the money growing up as a kid. I didn't have money to play travel ball or AAU ball, and I didn't have money. So it took coaches who made their time. I mean, police officers who would come through and give attention and pay attention to what we were doing and give us an opportunity. And without those people, I would not be here. I would not be here. I would not be here. True story. So just keep your eye out and not let money be the thing that moves all athletics. It's a little too connected. From the text line, new Herbie or old Herbie? How old Herbie? See, I saw like the original Herbie whose head is still in somebody's basement. And that was scary. But I know like people like the farmer version of Herbie. I'm cool with it. Here's my thing. And I'm a different kind of thinker. I think outside the box. But for me, why don't you have all the Herbies? Why don't you have all the Herbies? No, like at every game, why would we be limited to one Herbie? Like we're a nation of Herbies, right? And that's the whole point, right? Isn't that kind of how this should work?
I don't know if you can have like 12. No, okay, not 12. That's over exaggerating. Like 3 Herbies, though.
You could have 4. You could have one each quarter. And then one at halftime.
So then what does that mean for Little Red?
Little Red
do you need like 5 Little Reds?
We can fix several things with this. Imagine
Mama Herbie?
That too, right? Should be like Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
But we could have little Herbie just at like pregame where kids are available. Like he reaches out for kids, right? You don't need to, but I don't mind Herbie dancing. Like I don't have Herbie hate. I don't have Herbie hate.
Do you have Little Red hate?
I don't have Little Red hate either.
Okay, good.
So have Little Red, I'll tell you what, have Little Red before games and Herbie in game.
I feel like Little Red's got to be out there at some point just to bounce on his head.
Well, but I'm cool with that.
Exactly.
Because Herbie's not going to bounce on his head.
Herbie can't bounce on his head.
Right. So, okay. So for the Herbie, head bounce, let's do it. Let's go to Honda Lincoln Hotline. Boses. Let's bring in Boses. But what's happening, man?
Driving across Iowa, raining, cold, blah, 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 on my way to Wisconsin.
Sorry you have to go. Sorry you have to go. What's on your mind?
Couple things. I was at the volleyball game last night with my daughter and 2 of her friends that play volleyball. And I know y'all went to the basketball game. Just kind of curious, if you can take a couple minutes, just tell me what you saw, what you think, what you believe, what you don't believe. That's all I'm after.
Okay. Can do. And of course, for you basketball fans and for the folks who you can join us after games. We have a basketball post-game show. I think we're deciding whether we're going to do Sunday because there's so much other stuff going on. But generally, throughout the season, there will be a 937 The Ticket post-game show. Couple of things, and I will recap the full thing. But to tell you that Alonzo Verge may be the GPS for how far this team goes because of his special skill set. And a bit of the attitude and energy that goes with it. This team is better position for position. They're more balanced than they were. They have more depth than they did a year ago. They will still have issue because it's the Big Ten. It's the Big Ten. Like if this was an ACC situation, okay. But this is Apex Big Ten. This is a Big Ten at its best as far as basketball is concerned. So there will be nights where this team runs out top 20 teams. There will be nights when this team lines up and plays down to the level of the people they're playing against. But they have more shooters. They have more shooters than I can recall. the defensive level of this team is pretty elite. I'll say that for you, especially on the perimeter, outer third, 3-point line. Yeah, they're going to defend that pretty well. They're going to have to battle in the paint. There's no other way to put that. I mean, that's just no matter who's on the floor. They're going to have to. But here's the aspect of that people miss. Yes, Nebraska will struggle and grind at times to defend Big Ten bigs in the paint, but what happens at the other end of the floor is advantage Nebraska. To stretch those bigs and make them have to cover 35 feet from front of the 20 feet from the front of the rim to the 3-point line, one possession after the other for big dudes. Yeah, that's kryptonite. They will have issue, but they will definitely be the most entertaining team that we've had for the last 3 years. And that's not saying much, but to tell you that I like the moxie and makeup of this team. You'll get more answers Sunday against Colorado, but you won't get all the answers Sunday against Colorado either. You just won't. Let's go back to the Honda Lincoln hotline. Jason's been waiting. Jason, what's happening?
Hi, how you doing today?
I'm good. What's on your mind?
Well, going back to the top of the segment where you had the text line about club sports.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty tapped into the youth sports and the club sports here in town, and I just think that not so much as it's ruining it, and without going down a rabbit hole, but it's just a vicious circle of most of the club sports I've been involved with or I know of. They still have volunteer coaches. But the vicious cycle of that is, parents are competitive and want their kids to get the best of the best or the best that they can possibly get. And whether they jump ship and move to another organization or they stick it out, it just keeps revolving and it just goes on and on. And I think kind of tying back into the college athletics or even high school athletics, that's where you get those kids that don't want to put in their time at one organization, one school, one college, to where they want to enter that transfer portal because they want to have instant success now. And that's, without going down the deep, dark rabbit hole of the youth club scene, which I could probably talk about a long time, that's why I think it carries over into the high school and college levels.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say, so I appreciate you taking my call.
Appreciate you, Jason. Yeah, and volunteer coaches, it's win-win because, again, somebody's giving you your time. They're giving time. Now, they may not be the best coaches, and they may not be the most boundaried by the job or the task because these are people who may or may not have other things of priority in their lives. But ultimately, it comes down to people with money are paying for access and convenience. That's what look, they like the ability to say, my kid's doing this thing and I've got the best for him. That's their way of flexing. And the reality is a lot of times they really aren't getting the best bang for their buck. Best bang for the buck would be somebody who cares about their kid. Not because they're being paid to, because that's who they are and that's how they operate. There is a difference. Now, I'm not saying you can't make money and care about the kids, but know the difference between somebody who cares about the kid and paying them to put that in your kid's life rather than paying somebody to say that you're paying somebody. Just don't. I would suggest don't stop paying really bad humans to be around your kids. And it's a bad statement. It's a bad look. Again, rules for this. Say what's up, DP, on the text line, and I'll get back to you. That's how we're going to do this today. I'll get back to you. We'll accept. Yep. See, Jeremy got it. Hey, DP, what's up? Do you have a pick? You usually don't pick these things. Do you have a leaning on who should be at the state football championship game in Class A, November 23? I would leave that one. I'll ask Nick who he's leaning towards in Class A.
It's hard to pick against Millard South. Obviously, they're the top seed, but they are the most complete team. They even showed it. They had two of their best defenders out. One of those being Husker commit Caden Stanger out last week, and they rolled over Burke, who was a top 5 or top 7 team, I guess, officially in the Class A. So it's hard to bet against Millard South. Jeremy, I know you're a Bell West guy. They're used to being in the playoffs, so I think Bell West would be a secure pick. However, I really like Omaha West side. I believe that they're on the opposite side of Millard South's side, so they can match up there. But a safe pick would be, I can't believe I'm going to say this, 1 and 2, Millard South and Bell West.
Okay, that's fair. Back to the Starter Heyman text line. Brian T says, "What's up, DP? Just wishing you good health and happiness, brother. That is mutual and returned." Don, hey DP, a growing story in Nebraska is youth lacrosse. Right now, we have junior rampage for under 14, Liberty for high school age girls, and rampage for high school guys. What are your experiences with lacrosse? So, in Virginia, lacrosse is big. Back east is big. And my 6A high school, Woodson High School, had a really good lacrosse program. As a matter of fact, they would just generate probably half the seniors will go and play Division I lacrosse somewhere. So familiar with it, the type of athletes that were there. I would say this about lacrosse. It is a great, but that's a club sport. That requires some money and some investment and a lot of time. For those that have it, go for it. Like, and I love the sport. Like, I love watching the sport. If for the record, if you haven't been to an NCAA lacrosse Final Four, you have missed out, because it is an exceptional weekend in Baltimore. And my goodness, they get after it. And it's amazing. It's amazing 3 days. What's up, DP? As someone who's follically challenged, what age did you decide to shave it off? I'm not follically challenged, though. I just choose to shave. Like, I could grow an afro, a full afro, and it's just like now, it would be gray and look like Frederick Douglass.
What would we have to do to see at least a little bit of?
You don't have enough money.
Does it have to be? Would it have to be money?
You would have to, because it's work.
You're right.
Growing afro would be
That's
work.
right. That's right. Even just a little bit. I'm not even saying an afro. I'm saying just a full head of hair. Doesn't even have to be as long as Shaka Smart had it last year.
That would be too long.
That would be too long, because I understand, like, once you get in a routine and a habit,
you got to keep it. You got to keep it. Like, I don't need this on my chin. It just at this point, I've kind of accepted it as a thing.
Yeah.
But when I shave it off, like, I look younger.
Yes.
Like, this is a protector. This is like, hey, I'm an old dude. Like, chill out. So I don't know. You guys could start a GoFundMe for my afro, and maybe
perfect.
Maybe we'll make that work. Ray says, "What's up, DP? Shouldn't the callers also have to say what's up?" You know what? I think that's such a fair rule. I think that's a wonderful thing. It'll be our own greeting. Like, that tells me what's up, DP. That tells me you're connected and you're all in, right? I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's it. Kelsey, what's up, DP? You should make Nick, Con, and Rico become teammates, mentors as part of their job at the ticket. Okay, you are hitting really close to home, because that was actually a part of a conversation that was had this week.
I'm a mentor at the college right now.
Well, but I mean, it's
super cool.
Right,
love it.
Right. So that we're not that far. Adam says, "What's up, DP? What's the best fall food dish, and why is it chili and cinnamon rolls?" Okay, here's another thing. I've never had chili and cinnamon rolls together the way that it's done here. No. Just hadn't done. No. Yeah. So if folks want me to do it, you guys know how to make that happen, right? D-Rod, hey, DP. We need old school Herbie back with the overalls and corn cob. Our program has been in the tank ever since Metro Herbie came on the scene. I think we can also all agree that Metro Herbie is not the problem. Metro Herbie has not lost a game. hasn't fumbled, hasn't thrown an interception, hasn't missed a block, hasn't missed an assignment, shows up at class, hasn't been late to practice or meetings, all those things. Also hadn't been outcoached. So don't put this on Metro Herbie. What's up, DP? Do you still have the Football Academy coach on? Yes, he will be on today at 5:00. Barry Thompson. He will be around, and he's got a rescue. He's got an item for you today. What's up, DP? Me and my boys are going to the game this week, and they want to know who your favorite Husker is. Thanks, Mitch. My favorite Husker, currently or forever, That's tough because both Jay Foreman and Eric Strickland are large human beings, and to not upset them, I will say that they both are. I think that's fair.
Who is bigger between Strick and Badge though? I mean, Badge. I saw Badge last night.
Oh,
I wouldn't mess with them.
None of them are messing with Badge.
I wouldn't mess with them.
No, we'll mess with Badge. Badge is amazing. Badge is amazing.
Badge lives closer. He can
Like
he can
my
get to you
top,
quicker.
my top 5 is pretty good.
Badge can get to you quicker.
My
DP.
my top 5 is pretty good. So there's that. We'll throw it to break. We'll close out 1-on-1 when we come back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to 1-on-1 with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here. In 2013, I first came across Koppel Chevrolet GMC in Louisville, and I've been a customer ever since. What's kept me coming back to Koppel is the people. Oftentimes, owner Bob Koppel and his son Brandon are right there with you in the showroom, walking you through the process. There's no runaround at Koppel. It's a hardworking Nebraska company built on honest, small-town values. So make that short drive to Louisville or visit them online at koppelcars.com.
Average lawn care when you can get better elsewhere. Blades Lawn Care is the place to go for excellent service for homeowners associations and commercial or residential lawn work. As we enter the fall with aerating and lawn care ahead of winter, also prepare for 2022 maintenance for your lawn. Call Rich today at 402-730-6320 to learn more or to schedule services for the fall or to look ahead to 2022. Blades Lawn Care, trusted service for over 10 years.
At Southeast Community College, we know that winter isn't even here yet, but spring is already on our minds. Registration for the spring 2022 semester is open now. Whether you want to get a head start on a 4-year degree, learn a new trade with a certificate program, or add to your job skills, SCC has a class for you. Spring semester starts January 10th. Learn more about our more than 60 programs of study online at southeast.edu. SCC, your path to possible.
Dancing at weddings, walking the dog, playing with grandchildren. These are the small moments that make life great. They're also the moments that chronic pain steals from us. Don't let chronic pain stop you or a loved one from living life. At MD Pain, we wrote the book on effective, ethical pain management. We offer the most up-to-date treatments from Nebraska's leading physicians. Don't let pain stand in your way. Call MD Pain.
The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef is Lincoln's newest full-service butcher shop, offering premium fresh-cut steaks and house-made sausages daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. They exclusively carry certified Piedmontese beef raised right here in Nebraska. When shopping at the Mercado, you're not only supporting local, but also enjoying the official beef of Nebraska Athletics. With prime-grade tenderness and unparalleled nutritionals, your backyard barbecue is about to get a serious upgrade. Stop into the Mercado today, located off 84th and Havelock in Lincoln.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Here's what I'm learning every week in the Big Ten. This is going to sound very mean for Nebraska, but Nebraska blew it this year. They blew it. The Big Ten West continues to be very uninspiring.
Minnesota's won 3 straight since losing to Bowling Green, which
Thank you.
Bowling Green, guys, Harrison, Bowling Green is 2-6.
Thank you.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. Playoffs are only a few days away for high school football as teams played their last regular season games last week. On Thursday, Lincoln Southwest had a big win over Omaha Central, 24-20. Creighton Prep only gave up 1 touchdown against Lincoln East to win, 52-7. Elkhorn South beat Lincoln Southeast, 21-10. Lincoln Pius lost to Fremont, 42-41 in overtime. Lincoln Northeast lost to Millard West, 38-7. Outside of Class A, Waverly beat Norris in a tight contest that went into 3 overtimes, 52-49. Lincoln Christian fell to Nebraska City, 27-26. Lincoln Lutheran went over Wilbur Clatonia, 10-7. In Kearney on Friday, the cross-country championship took place. Gabe Hendricks from Elkhorn South had the fastest time in all class boys. He beat Carson Naker from Harrington, who came in second. Hendricks finished with a time of 15 minutes and 18 seconds. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Allo Business customers get more than just fast, reliable connections. They get service and support to meet all their voice, data, and TV needs. Because supporting your business is our business. Allo delivers peace of mind with a 100% fiber network, hosted PBX solutions, redundancy protection, and best-in-class service to back it all up. To get your free quote and switch today, visit allofiber.com/workfast or call 402-480-6685. That's 402-480-6685.
Are you dragging through each day? Most people are dehydrated or deficient in essential vitamins, minerals, and more. Live Hydration Spa helps you get more out of your life with their IV hydration treatments to help with anti-aging, weight loss, endurance, and more. Their performance packages can help you feel better doing your normal daily routine with boosts of energy and vitality, an increase in immunity, and quicker athletic recovery. Call today for an appointment at 402-413-2042 or walk in at 71st and Pioneers. Live Hydration Spa.
With today's Husker Radio Report, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com. I think when you look at Purdue, really the biggest surprise of this team so far this year has been the play of their defense, which ranks third right now in the Big Ten. And offensive coordinator Matt Lubick said the Huskers will have their hands full.
They're much improved. I think they're number 3 in the league in total defense and a good defensive league. I think they're a top 10 team. They've created a lot of turnovers. Against Iowa, I think they were at +4, +5. That's a big deal.
Defensively, the Boilermakers are led by one of the top players in the conference in defensive end, George Karlaftis.
They have the special player with Karlaftis. I mean, they're good across the board. Karlaftis is a difference maker. He's every bit as good as the guy, I think, from Michigan. He's a difference maker. He didn't play against us last year, but he creates a lot of havoc. You always got to be aware he is.
This will be the first time Karlaftis has played against Nebraska since 2019. Reporting here with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.
Back to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment, one-on-one. Today it was What's Up, DP. What blanket? You didn't put the code word in. Kelsey, yeah, you're right. What's up, good DP? Again, since you read this, how about you grow the afro out if the Three Stooges become teammates members? Then everyone wins. I think I'll let Nick answer that because I think he has the right response to that.
Oh, so excuse me, DP and I were talking about this, and I told him that when I found out that they were talking to teammates and stuff, I internally was hoping that I would be able to become a mentor. I've done a little bit of mentoring, not necessarily to that extent, but with high school students that have wanted to come into the journalism college. So we've gotten seniors in high school where it's just giving them, just hanging out with them, making sure that they're doing their work and they're staying up to pace with becoming mature, I should say, and so that they know how to tackle college when they get here, and they know how to help with time management and stuff. Because a lot of people, including myself, didn't have that, and then we got to UNL right off the bat, and it wasn't pretty. And so I signed up for that, and I love that. So I was kind of hoping that even if it's with a younger kid, I think that it would be awesome. So I don't know if there was a slight there where that would be bad, but absolutely not.
Yeah, and I would
say no.
That both Connor and Rico would join in and dive in as well. So I don't think that would be an issue. Dan says, "What's up, DP? Postseason Nebraska basketball MVP. Most valuable player at that point. If they're in the postseason, they got the responses and performances they needed from Alonzo Verge, Bryce McGowan's, Trey McGowan's. They also got superb work from Derek Walker, Lat Mayen, Bryce, Will Breidenbach, CJ Wilcher, and add to that Keon Edwards, Kobe Webster, right? You got plus. But the most valuable Husker would be the person who impacts the game in the biggest way. And in this case, it would be the guy who handles the ball and gets everybody else what they need when they need it as they need it. And that will be Alonzo Verge. But that's just my 2 cents. So yeah, that's what I would say. I did get an offer. Let me explain this one, just so you guys understand. Having an afro is work. And I'm not at home. I'm not in DC. I don't have my sisters there to braid my hair every night, so my afro is fed and does what it needs to do. Like, I'm not growing an afro just to let it grow. You've got to take care of it. You got to take care of it. That's a lot of work. We'll see. Not sure. We'll see. Thank y'all for a great day. This is a great hour. Greatly appreciate that. We're not done, though. Jay will join us by phone. We'll do that at 5:30. Barry Thompson at 5 o'clock. Kevin Meyer, Thirsty Thursdays at 4:30. 4 o'clock, we got lots to talk about. We'll spin the wheel, see where it lands. And then 4:45, an opportunity for a listener to call in and win $50 in a gift certificate from Upside Bar and Lounge for singing karaoke after Nick does. $50. $50. But you got to sing it well, right? Can't just rattle it off, right? Stay tuned. Old School's up next.